when should you quit? When should you basically shut your business down? Or, as Roberto Duran once famously said, when you decide it's no mas. And when you decide it's no more, well, yeah, that's when you can or maybe should close your business. Hi, my name is Lou Reyes, and welcome to today's daily rule here on Side Hustle Rules. And yeah, the question is a good question. It's like, when should you quit? I mean, there's people that are fighting every single day to build that business, and sometimes it's like they're pushing a big boulder up a mountain, man, and they just can't seem to get any traction, and that boulder wants to start rolling back on them, and they're sitting there, and they just don't know what to do. And before you get squashed, well, you know what? Sometimes it's better just to throw in that towel. But here's the way to do that. Let me just explain how you know exactly when it is time to close that business. And here's what I'm going to tell you. There's two things. Number one, it's, of course, when you just lost all your energy. You lost every ounce of energy that you had, that energy that just drove you to build that business. And when your energy is depleted and you just don't have it anymore, man, and you're just looking at your business and you're going, I can't do this anymore. This is just too much. That's kind of a good time. It's a good barometer. It's a good way for you to know that this is it. I got to close it. And you want to close that business before a few things happen. You want to close that business before you lose your family, before your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend just says, man, I had enough. I don't know how you're doing it. I can't take this anymore. I see what this pressure is doing to you. So, yeah, you close that business before you lose your family. That's going to be important. But you want to close that business before you're at that edge where you lose everything. You lose your house, you lose your car, your bank account's empty, and you're broke. Don't get to that point. Don't get to that point. And some of you may be thinking Lou's advocating closing, or Lou's saying, yeah, it's okay to close a business. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying if you don't have that energy anymore, you don't have that drive, and you finally say no mas. And then on top of that, you're close to the precipice. You're close to losing every single thing you got. But before that happens, consider closing that business. And one way to do it is to explore the options that you have. Maybe you've got some assets that you can sell, so at least you'll walk away from that business with some money in your pocket. But it's so important to really look at this in a way that is best for you. Because you know what? There's always another day. There's always another business. There's always another opportunity that you can find. And a business opportunity that may be better than the business you're in. And, I remember when I started my chain of business publications, and if you watch me at all, I've talked about this. I had a graphic design business that wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't making any money. I was losing money. I decided to put a flyer out. I put a flyer together and walked around and put a flyer out and gave it to people, told them what I was doing, graphic design. And you know what? That flyer was costing me money. I didn't even have that money. So I came up with the idea one night in bed. I said, I'm going to sell some ads on that flyer. Maybe this will work for me. And sure enough, I sold an ad, and then I sold two ads, and before I knew it, I was like $200, $400, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 in advertising on a multiple page flyer that I created. And you know what happened after that? I evolved into putting articles in that 12, 16 page publication that became a magazine, which eventually became a multi-million-dollar business. And I just came up with that idea to do that, and it eventually just grew. But sometimes you don't know that those kinds of things could happen. But they do happen. So yeah, I'm not saying close the business. I'm not saying it's so easy. It's damn hard to do when you put your life into it. But close it before it's too late. Close it before you lose everything. There's always another day. Well, that's all I got for you on today's daily rule. If you have any questions on this, you can always send me a message. Email me here at lou@sidehustlerules.com. But I also want to mention I did announce a workshop about a week ago. The workshop is called How to Start a $1 Million Business from Scratch. And in that workshop, I tell my story. I give you examples. I show you how you can do it. I want to try to help. But that workshop, again, you click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to it, gives you the price, tells you all about the workshop. And if you have any questions, let's set up a Zoom meeting. We can talk about it. But really, how do you know when it's time to close a business? Well, I just outlined that for you. But again, if you do have any questions, please send me an email message, and I'll try to do my best to help you. Well, that's all I got for you today on today's Daily Rule. Have a great day, everybody.
Come on!